Hello, Mark Petzold here, Freedom Fire USA. Thanks for watching. I admit that I'm unusually mad, and so I'm going to try to navigate this video in a way that doesn't turn anybody off. But I got to tell you, today's news with Whitmer and her latest executive order that says children are required to use masks at child care centers and camps. That's the headline. Guys, all along it's been incrementalism, and I've made a case in the past for the things that I fight for. I fight for my descendants, future generations, being concerned about what will happen in their lifetime. But a lot of times I'll say there's no guarantee it's not going to happen in mine, and my goodness, it's happening right now. This here is a flow chart. We use it for a thing called transformation prayer ministry. The whole idea with this flow chart and this process is to help people deal with things that happen to them in their childhood where they have accepted lies as truth, and to help people bring it to the Lord in prayer, essentially. The premise for that relative to this video is that you are formed who you are by the time you're, say, 12 years old. Okay? Bible says to bring your children up in the way of the Lord, and they will not depart from it. Think about this, folks. Think about the effect of putting a mask on a child that's still forming physically, mentally, spiritually. Their personality is being formed. I have to admit, I am absolutely seeing red on this. I've gone out of my way to make sure that my grandchildren never see me in a mask. I sure as hell am not going to put a mask on my grandchild. What their parents do, they do. But I won't do it. I'm so upset right now. Let me read this article a little bit. It says the order includes various requirements based on the age and place. For staff and kids ages 12 and up, face coverings are required when in classrooms, homes, cabins, or similar indoor small group settings. Just take a moment to say, bite me, Whitmer. Staff and kids ages 2 and up are required to have masks on while riding school buses and other transportation. And staff and children ages 4 and up are required to wear face coverings in all indoor common places. It is strongly encouraged that children 2 and up have masks on indoor spaces as well. By strongly encouraged, she means, remember her telling our fellow countrymen to forcibly address those not wearing masks? You remember that? Face coverings are also not required for children who are medically intolerant under ages of 2. Bless her heart. Taking part in high intensity activities, bless her heart, like maybe growing, developing from an infant to man, I'll tell you what. Oh, what else? So there's this doctor whose name I'm not going to try to pronounce. He's the chief medical executive. Here's his quote, and I'm telling you what. Oh man, I'm so angry. Here's his quote. Be a role model for your children and demonstrate the importance of wearing a mask. False premise. There is no proof that masks even work, not to mention the fact I will say it works from a political and cultural perspective and spiritual. Have your child practice properly wearing the mask over their nose, mouth, and chin. Be a good little servant. Ooh. While they are at home, so they are comfortable with it in public. So in other words, make it acceptable in your family before you go out and proselytize statism to the public. She said it will take all of us, of all ages, doing our part, boy, isn't that, it just brings a tear to my eye doing our part to continue slowing the spread, which is slowing on its own, and this disease to protect our families and our communities. Okay, so Gretchen Whitmer is actually, she provides absolutely horrible governance. I didn't know if it could ever be possible that there might be someone worse than Barack Obama. I think Barack Obama, if he had the license to behave the way she is right now, would be acting the same way. But my goodness, she is a good politician. And you know who's a bad politician? Every single Republican. It takes one to impeach her. One. And she needs to be impeached. Okay? What she's doing with this as well is affecting your alternatives for education. Isn't that sweet? Protecting the teachers' unions and the rest. This is she is a good politician, and she's even better activist. I tell you what, if she was a baseball player, every time she went up to the plate, she would hit a grand slam in a cycle all at the same time. Not that that's possible. It kind of is, but kind of not. She is incredible. She is absolutely incredible. This needs to be stopped. Here's the thing, you guys. You got to understand, the data shows that the positives are dropping. We aren't having the deaths, and these are good things. But the thing is, now she's doubling down. You know why? Because the narrative needs to stick. That big government saved us from nature, and nature's God. That is what's happening here. That is what's at stake. And so she has to grab as much as she possibly can to try to put an exclamation point on her statist activities that stopped what would happen naturally without destroying our state and our nation. Folks, it's real. It's not getting real. It's real. So, what can you do? Refuse her? Put some heat on these Republicans? Crystal said spineless. I was coming up with all sorts of adjectives, but at any rate, we need to fight these guys. They need to know that it's not okay. You know what? They're worried about the undecided vote. How about the ones that do go out and vote? How about the activists? I'm telling you what, I am not going to... If someone is, first of all, not pro-life, which... So, different subject. But if they aren't actively engaging, they will not get $1 from me. That includes if you're running for office. I'm done. I am done. You will fight or go away. I don't support people so that they can get reelected. I support people to go into office to fight. And if you don't think during an election year that the leftists, the statists, aren't going to bring it all because of the fact that they are on fire and their base is on fire in their anti-American activism. They don't miss a beat, but we cannot be lukewarm and be successful. We need to engage. We need to put on the full armor of God and head into battle. Anyway, appreciate you watching. Please feel free to share. I pray for our nation. I pray for our families. Thanks.